This is Jamie Dyer welcoming you to the Woodland Connection, a new YouTube podcast series that aims to dive headfirst into the world and work of Ivor Wood, a legend in the world of animation. I am in my mid-30s and I pretty much, for as long as I can remember, have been a fan of Ivor Wood. He lit up the lives of many a child and adult across the decades. Whether you grew up watching The Magic Roundabout, which he did with Serge Dano in the 1960s, or his stuff at Film Fair, The Herbs, Parsley, The Wombles, Paddington, in the 1970s, which were, all of these things very much mainstays before the news, appealing to all ages. Then into the 1980s, where he founds a company with his wife Josiane, apologies if mispronounced, called Woodland Animations. Hence the little nod in the title of this podcast. They do, Postman Pat, Gran, Bertha, and Charlie Chalk. One of his last things was a second series of Postman Pat in the mid-90s. But it's fair to say that these productions didn't stay in their era. People like myself discovered them, for absolutely decades afterwards, thanks to home media releases on VHS, DVD, and very recently, the world of Blu-ray. Ivor Wood was born on the 4th of May, 1932, and passed away in 2004. But I think it's pretty safe to say here that his work still goes on. I mean, Postman Pat is still an absolutely huge brand. And as I say, a lot of these things are getting reissued and people are discovering and rediscovering the magic of his dolls / puppets, the movement, the narrators that were chosen for these things, the gags that are in there, the execution, that meant that sometimes you're looking at it and you think, how on earth did he do that when there's like 3 different things moving at once? Absolutely fantastic. And that pretty much sums up what I want to achieve with this podcast, because I want to celebrate him and the connections. I want to look at it from a fan point of view. How do these things make you feel? I hope to do that through discussions, interviews, and episode recaps, and sort of things on the lighter side perhaps as well, but we'll wait and see on that. I also want to dive more into kind of the internal workings of these things, but that will mainly be through the aforementioned interviews. So if you are like an enthusiast or an expert or even just a fan, somebody who has worked with Ivor or somebody that knew of him, I would love to hear from you and have a chat on this podcast about his work, and also, if you're in the animation industry, what you have done afterwards as well. That's about all for this first episode, but please do subscribe on your favorite podcast provider and also click the subscribe button on YouTube if that is where you are. So thank you once again. Let's go, shall we?